Hello student, welcome to the Udaan IAS. So in this class, as all of you know, it is an orientation class because we have launched the course in which medium of instruction is totally English. Many queries were coming that sir, you should start a class in which medium of instruction should be English. So thereafter, our management decided that we will start a totally English batch in which even the mode of instruction will be English. So let's start. As you know, you are preparing for JPSC civil service examination, and I think that you are graduate. All of you are graduate. Okay. Well. So this examination, that means JPSC civil service examination, is of 3 stages, that is prelims, mains and interview. You know, the prelims is the first stage of examination and which is mainly screening examination, that want to know that how much range you have taken for this examination, and after that approximately 10 to 15 times students are selected for mains examination. So this is the examination pattern. After that prelims, there is mains examination, and in the mains examination there are 6 papers. You have to write 6 papers, and after mains examination there is a personality test or interview test or interview, and the final result is prepared by combining the marks of mains and interview. Okay, so now we start the pattern of this examination. You can see that the preliminary examination, it has 2 papers, that means GS1 and GS2, you know, and GS1 paper is of 200 marks and it has 100 questions. And the syllabus of JPSC is very well structured. You can see here that the ancient India, medieval India or modern India, everyone has 5 questions. So you know that on which part of the history you have to dedicate your more time or less time. So as you can see that even the ancient India, there are 5 questions, in medieval India there are 5 questions, in the modern India 5 questions. So total of 15 questions. So very well structured syllabus. Now come to the geography of India. In the geography of India, you will have to read general geography. You can see, and just 3 questions will come out of it. General geography, that means related to altitude, latitude and other things. And the physical geography, you can see that this one is the physical geography. And physical geography, it consists of like volcano, earthquake, and or you can say that solar system, and many more things. You have to go through these topics. Now come to the economical geography. In the economical geography, you have to read about the different crops, different minerals, different ores, their distribution, etc. And the social and demographic geography here also are related to the habitats and other things. So here you can see that only 10 questions will be asked from the geography of India. That means 3 questions from general geography, 3 questions from physical geography, 2 questions from economical geography, and 2 questions from social and demographic geography. So you can decide very well that on which portion you have to devote how much time. Now come to the Indian polity and governance. Constitution of India, 4 questions. As you know, it is a very important topic. And in the Constitution of India, you have to read about various topics like fundamental right, fundamental duties, or different articles, more than 395 articles. You have to go through it and even remember which article number says what thing. And now come to the public administration and good governance. Here you will have to study about different government institutions. And decentralization, panchayat and municipalities, there are only 2 questions. So here you can see that 15 questions, 10 questions, 10 questions. That means 35 questions. You have covered 35 questions. Now come to the economic and sustainable development. Basic features of Indian economy, 4 questions. You will go through it. Now the sustainable development and economic issues. These economic issues can be related to poverty, unemployment, etc. Economic reforms and globalization, 2 questions. You have to, one thing you have to know that in the economic section, they just want basic knowledge of economics because you are appearing for a examination where demand is for generalist post, not for specialist post. Now come to the science and technology. The one important thing, science and technology, most of the students fear from science that what I have to read. It's not so. You should have just basic knowledge of science. Basic knowledge of science, that means you should have knowledge of in the basic child, you should have knowledge of matriculation level examination, matriculation level syllabus, and in which more focus should be on the biology, and even on the chemistry and the physics, there should be less emphasis. After that comes the agriculture and technology development. Don't fear, they will not ask you agriculture science. They just want to know what is happening, what are the recent development in agriculture. Okay, Vicky, good noon, sir. Okay, good noon. Okay. And the information and communication technology, you know, information and communication technology, different development in information and communication technology like computer related to their hardware, softwares, and then some other things, recent advancement in the computer science. These questions will be of very generalist nature, not specific. Now, Jharkhand specific questions. General awareness of its history, society, culture, and heritage. Here, one thing you have to know that these Jharkhand specific questions, that means there will be 90 questions out of 100 will be from history, geography, and science and technology, economy, public administration, and polity. But 10 questions will be from Jharkhand. That means 90 plus 10. And this 10 number is very important because there is a separate paper, that is paper 2, and there 100 questions will be asked from Jharkhand. So you can say that in the prelims examination, 100 plus 10, that means 110 questions will be asked from Jharkhand. So it is very crucial. Yeah, Rajiv Ranjan Renu, you are telling that Hindi medium nahi aaya hai kya, sir? Okay, already Hindi medium classes are running. So this one is specific for English medium student who want even the instruction in English medium. Hindi medium classes are already running. So no problem, Rajiv Ranjan ji, you can join it. Now come to the national and international current affairs. For this, you should have knowledge of current affairs of last 12 months and the general question of miscellaneous nature. In this miscellaneous nature, you can see that human rights, environmental protection, and some other things have been asked. Okay, just a minute. So, human rights, environmental protection, biodiversity, and climate change. Question will be asked from these things: human rights, environmental protection, biodiversity. Suppose what will be asked from biodiversity, like different convention or different summit related to biodiversity. Environmental protection, the question can be asked from what is the greenhouse gas, which what gases constitute greenhouse gases, or like Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol, Earth Summit, UNFCCC, etc. And urbanization, there would be some question will be asked from urbanization, which city is the most urbanized in India, which state is most urbanized, what is the percentage of urbanization in India, what percent of India population live in urban areas, etc. Right? Such type of question will be asked. Even from question from Jharkhand can be asked. Poverty and unemployment, they may ask you question from different committees like Tendulkar committee, Rangarajan committee, planning commission, so etc. There are many committees related to the estimation of poverty, and they can ask you some simple question from unemployment, like what is the frictional unemployment or what is underemployment, so and so. There will be the 4 options, and you will have to ask, you will have to choose one correct answer. Then the awards, lot of awards related to sports, films, literature, and for this you will have to consult a current affair magazines, and even we will provide you the complete current affair material in our institution, so no need to worry. Now the United Nations and other international agency, you know, United Nations was constituted on 24th of October 1945, and there are many other international agencies like World Health Organizations, or you can say like World Banks, okay, International Monetary Fund, and Food and Agricultural Organization, or ASEAN, etc. So you will have to know about these different international agencies, their establishment here, their function, their summit, and so and so. So this is the complete picture of the prelims examination. So here you can say that 100 questions will be asked in the prelims examination in paper 1, and the most question will be from the history, geography, polity, constitution, pub ads, and geography. Geography, only Indian geography will be asked. World geography, you don't have to read world geography. And miscellaneous miscellaneous human rights, environmental protection, urbanization, sport, disaster management, poverty and unemployment, and so and so. Okay, and national and international current affairs. For this, you will have you should have knowledge of last 12 months of current affairs whenever you are appearing for the examination. So the material will be provided by our institution, as well as you can consult a good magazine. Okay, so this is the complete picture. 90 questions will be asked from this subject, and 10 questions will be asked from the Jharkhand. Okay, so 90 plus 10. This is the complete structure of prelims examination of JPSC civil service examination. Okay, and now the paper 2. In the paper 2, there will also be 200 questions. Sorry, no, 100 questions, and the marks of each question will be 2 marks. So 200 numbers, and all question will be Jharkhand specific. All question will be Jharkhand specific. So you can see that Jharkhand, the question asked from Jharkhand will be 100 in the paper 2 and 10 questions in paper 1. So 110. So you have to devote much time for Jharkhand specific topic. Without studying Jharkhand specific topic, it would be very hard to get through this preliminary examination. Okay, so you can see, now come to the pattern of mains examination. One important thing, in the preliminary examination, there would be no negative marking. So you can smart guess in the examination, but for this, even for doing smart guess, you should have sufficient knowledge, sufficient depth, sufficient range, and so on. So now come to the mains examination. Okay, we will see mains examination. And in the mains examination, you can see that, okay, okay, yeah, right. So in the mains examination, there will be 6 papers. The paper 1 will be from Hindi and English language, not literature. Hindi and English language, and it would be of 100 marks. It is only of qualifying nature, so no problem. The number will not be added in the mains examination, but you have to qualify. If you not qualify the paper 1, then your other subject copies will not be checked. Okay, the paper 2 is the literature paper. There are lot of literature papers. You know, in the JPSC civil service examination, you can opt any one of them. They are like Kotha, Nagpuri, Panchparganiya, even Bangla, Odia, Hindi, English, and so and so. But as you know that some language papers fetch good marks while others have average marking. So it totally depends on you with which literature paper you are comfortable. It would be your decision. We can just guide you. Okay. Now the paper 3. Paper 3 is from history and geography. Okay. And paper 4 will be from polity. Okay. Paper 4 will be from polity. Paper 5 will be economy and sustainable development, and paper 6 will be science and technology. So you can just see that there are 6 papers in the mains examination, and the paper 1 of mains examination is just qualifying in nature. You have to fetch just 30 marks in that paper. But if you not face 30 marks, then the other subject copies will not be evaluated. So you have to keep it in your mind. Okay, no problem. Okay, paper 2 will be from literature paper. Lot of options, you can choose any one of them. Paper 3 is from history and geography. Single paper, and the question will be asked from history and geography. Paper 4 will be from polity and pub-ed. Single paper, question will be asked from polity and pub-ed. Paper 5 will be from economy and sustainable development, and paper 6 will be science and technology. One more thing, except paper 1, which is qualifying in nature and is of 100 marks, and paper 2, which is literature paper, and it carries 150 marks. You know, just 150 marks. That means paper 2 is of 150 marks, and the other paper 3, paper 4, paper 5, and paper 6 each carries 200 marks. So total this examination, this mains examination is of, you can see that means 150 plus 200 into 4. That means 150 plus 800. That means 950. Okay. So mains examination is of 950 marks. 100 marks qualifying Hindi and English. Hindi plus English. This is the complete picture of mains examination. Okay. Now the another important thing. There will be in the paper 3, that means history and geography, or paper 4, that means polity, or paper 5, that means economy, and paper 6, that means science and technology. There will be 440 marks questions. Okay. So in history and geography, that means in paper 3, there will be 4 questions. Each will carry 40 marks. Okay. That means 40 into 4. That is equal to 160. And there will be 20 MCQ questions. That means 20 into 2. That means 40. So overall 160 plus 40. That means 200. Okay. So this is the pattern of mains examination. There will be 4 long questions which will carry 40 marks, and there will be 20 MCQ type questions. Okay. It will carry 2 marks. So 40 into 4, 160 plus 20 into 2, 40, 160 plus 40, that means 200. This will be the pattern of your paper 3, paper 4, that means polity, economy, but the last paper, that means science and technology, the pattern will be slightly different. The question will be asked from 5 sections. So 32 into 5. 5 long questions will be asked from science and technology. So, and each will carry 32 marks. So 32 into 5, that is equal to 160. Okay, and 20 questions will be asked for, will be of multiple choice question. 20 into 2, that means 40. So 160 plus 40, that means 200. Okay. So in nutshell, you can see that there are 6 papers in mains examination. The paper 1 is of qualifying nature. Paper 2 is of 150 marks. It is a literature paper, and the paper 3, 4, 5, 6 each will carry 200 marks. In the paper 3, paper 4 and paper 5, you will have to write 4 long questions, each will carry 40 marks, and there will be 20 MCQ type questions. Okay, and the last paper, that will be paper 6, that is the science and technology. It will also carry 200 marks, but here you will have to write 5 long questions, and each long question will carry 32 marks. That means 32 into 5 is equal to 160, and there will be 20 MCQ. That means 160 plus 40, that is equal to 200. So this is the complete examination pattern of the mains examination. Okay, suppose that now you qualify the mains examination. So whatever seats, suppose that in a certain year there are 200 posts for civil service examination. So for after mains examination, 200 into 2.5, that will be equal to 500. 500 aspirants will be asked for interview, and ultimately 200 will be selected. Okay, so in the interview, 2.5 times students attend the interview process. So this is the complete picture. Interview will be of 100 marks. So your complete examination will be of mains 950 plus 100 interview. That means 150. Okay, and approximately what is the trend nowadays in the 7th to 10th JPSC, last post was allotted on 633 marks. So out of 1050, you will have to have 633 marks. So approximately you can say that how much percent you will have to get for clearing this examination. So this is the examination pattern. Okay, I think that all of you are aware of this examination pattern. If anybody have any query, they may ask question through the chat. Okay, and now, as you know, these 3 stage examination. So RK, you are telling that इस बार का पेपर कैसा था सर? Okay, as usual, it was so and so okay and okay. But actually in the mains examination, it depends on your writing skills, your presentation. Mains examination is not only about your knowledge. You should have writing skills, you should have well presentation skills and other things. You have 3-stage examination. Prelims want to know your range of subject. How much range you have taken for that paper. Mains examination want to know depth of that subject. Besides this, the mains examination also want to know that have you writing skills, have you presentation skills, and the interview want to test your personality. They have already checked and evaluate your knowledge. The interview stage is only for personality, and here a lot of questions will be asked. They will try to judge you that how you handle a situation. Are you comfortable with some tough questions, or they just want to judge you that as a civil servant, will you be suitable for that post? This is the purpose of interview. Interview don't want to judge you on the basis of knowledge. They have already evaluated on the prelims and mains examination. Okay, so as far as it is the matter of the level of question, it remains normal, not so much tough like UPSC. I'm using the word tough in the sense that JPSC syllabus is very large. But what happens here, questions are asked straightforward. Okay, yeah. But in UPSC examination, factual questions are not asked, and even in the mains examination of UPSC, it's so often that there is the word limit like 150 or 250 words. So you will have to develop your writing skill so that different dimension can be added in 250 words or 150 words. But in JPSC, you will have to write more than 600 words. Okay, you know this is JPSC. So your answer should be a bit long. Okay, bit long, not out of track from the demand of question, but it should have sufficient materials. Okay, well chart, presentation, well introduction, well body part, well conclusion, use of diagram even in history, use of maps in history. Okay, and even in the polity you should use flow chart. Okay, even in economy you can use graph, flow chart. In the science you have a lot of scope. So okay, you can use diagram, figures, so and so. In this way, your answer, okay, it may happen that hundreds or thousands of students are appearing in the JPSC mains examination, and all of them are more or less of equal caliber, equal talent. It is their writing skill. It is their writing skill on basis of which they are selected for interview examination. Okay, so just don't think that it is only for that I have sufficient knowledge and I would be able to go through the mains examination very easily. It's not so. You should have writing skill. For this, you should have answer writing. You will have to develop answer writing skills. Okay, well presentation, according to the demand of the questions. These are the things you will have to keep in your mind for the mains examination. Okay, now come to the paper like history plus geography, but here today I will focus on the history. Okay, so how to tackle history paper in the JPSC examination? As we have already seen that there will be 15 questions from history in the prelims examination, and this one is for syllabus of mains examination. Okay, so just see. As all of you know that history is a vast subject. Okay, but here in the JPSC syllabus, it is very specific. What you have to study, what not to study, they are clearly mentioned, so you will not face difficulty of it. Okay, so first we start from our syllabus of history. Okay. Yes, this one is the paper 3. As you can see, this one is the paper 3. That means social science, history and geography. Time is of 3 hours, and after that there are some instruction about examination. As I have already told you that in the paper 3 there will be 4 questions, and out of 4 long questions, 2 questions will be from 2 long questions you will have to write from history, and 2 questions from geography. Okay, and 20 MCQ, out of which 10 MCQ from history and 10 from geography. Okay, so the 100 marks for history. Okay, but there will be single paper. Okay, in a single paper you will write the answer of both history and geography. Okay, so Now come, we start history. Okay. First of all, you have to know what is. RK mostly is there any mass distribution from intro body to conclusion, or we have to focus on question demand? Let's just see one thing. You have to focus on the demand of question. This is the basic thing. But in every question, there are some keywords. You have to stick to that keywords, and your answer should revolve around that keywords. What they are demanding for you through that questions. There should be introduction, there should be body, there should be conclusion. Introduction should be hardly of 10%, that means 50 to 60 words. Okay. And conclusion should also be of 20 to 30 words. But the body part is the most important part. So JPSC has not declared that how is their evaluation pattern. So we can just guess. Okay. So yeah, but your answer should be according to the demand of question. You have to keep it in the mind. Suppose that if someone is asking you about the elements of religion, elements of Buddhism in art and architecture of Maurya, and you are writing about just Mauryan art and architecture, then you will not fetch good mark. Okay, you have to keep it in mind. Now come to the history. What is history? First of all, what is history? In the history, we know about our past. Okay, this is a very simple definition. And what we know through the past, okay, there are many events in the past. We construct a complete picture through that specific events, you know, and the interpretation of that event give us valuable information. This is the history. Okay. So as you know, history have, and in the Indian history, there are ancient, medieval and modern. Okay. So in the ancient India, how we can define ancient India? Ancient India is the time period of prehistoric time, that means from the Stone Age. Okay, from Stone Age to the start of medieval era. Okay, so ancient India, Stone Age to start of medieval period. Okay, that means it is from Stone Age to decline of Gupta dynasty. Gupta dynasty, that means 600 AD. Okay, so this is the time period of ancient India. Okay, what is the time period of medieval India? It is from decline of Gupta period, that means 600 AD to First War of Panipat, that means 1526. Okay, and what is the time period of modern India? It is 1526 to till today. Yeah, 1526 to till today. Okay, so in this way, ancient India, medieval India and modern India have been divided. Okay, right. Now come to our syllabus, ancient period. Here. First of all, we will see what we have to read in this ancient period. Okay. JPSC has structured their syllabus so that you have to devote your study just around the syllabus. Okay. Okay. So ancient period. The first topic is the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, someone has question. RK sir, because one of my friends said he doesn't write introduction in many questions but got selected. Actually, it may happen. Okay, it may happen. It depends on examiner. But what is the standard pattern that I am discussing with you? Okay, so you have to devote some words for introduction. Suppose that you are going to your friend house or your relative house, anyone, and just you enter, what you do? Just go to their bedroom. Is it the right thing? First of all, you just knock the door. After that, they will call you, okay, come and sit here. Okay, and now after that, some casual gossip start, and after that, okay, now we can have dinner. Such type of talk starts. Okay, so this is the introduction. Introduction tells about that how you are writing, how you know about that topic. It is very, very essential. Okay, so you always write introduction. You will have to dedicate 40-50 words for introduction. It may sometimes it happens that a person can got selected without writing introduction. That is some different matter. But what is the standard pattern? I am discussing it with you. Okay. The Indus Valley civilization, origin, antiquity, extent, authorship, and main feature. You know what is the Indus Valley civilization? Yeah, Indus Valley civilization. That means after the Stone Age. Stone Age, you know, Paleolithic era, Mesolithic, and Neolithic era. After the end of Neolithic era, what started? Chalcolithic period. That means copper and stone. Okay, so this one is called Chalcolithic period. Chalcolithic period is the time period in which human used stone articles and copper. Okay, so on the basis of metallurgy and the things used, a specific period has been named. Okay, now you may ask one question, sir, why people used copper? As you can see, before the Indus Valley civilization, there was the Stone Age. Okay, and after that, in the Indus Valley civilization, you can see that it is the Chalcolithic period. The use of copper came much before the iron. Why? You know, because for the extraction of copper from its ore need lower temperature in comparison to iron. That's why the copper period or Chalcolithic period started early in comparison to the Iron Age. Okay, so Indus Valley civilization was Chalcolithic period. Stones and copper were used at that time. We have to know about the origin. Okay, how it originated. There are different theories regarding the origin of Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization was a civilization which was situated in the river basin of Indus and their tributaries. Okay, now its extent, it was spreaded from the western part till the Afghanistan, till the western Uttar Pradesh, and in the northern from Kashmir to in the southern Maharashtra. Okay, so this is the Indus Valley civilization extent, and the main features we'll know about their urban planning, their art and architecture, their economy, their trade, and so and so. These are the characteristic features. So this one is the ancient period in the Indus Valley civilization. We'll read about the origin, antiquity, extent, authorship, and the main feature. Now come to the origin of Aryans. Okay, so just see one thing. Now what we have to read? Origin of Aryans. This period started approximately 1500 BC, and Indus Valley civilization was 3300 BC to 1300 BC. Okay, so after that, around 1500 BC, origin of Aryans. Who are Aryans? There are many theories about Aryans. Some say that Aryans came from the Central Asia or different part of Asia, or there are another theory like European origin theory or Arctic origin theory. We will read about all these topics whenever we'll start our classes. for that topic. Okay, now come antiquity and stratification of Vedic literature. Okay, now Vedic period, this is approximately 1500 BC to 500 BC. Okay, so this period is divided between early Vedic and later Vedic period. You may ask one question that why it is called Vedic period. Actually, at this time period, composition of Vedas took place. It was not so that Vedas were not present before that time, but they were in the oral form, and from the one generation to other generation, the Vedas were from one generation to other generation, Vedas hints were passed through. Okay, so after that, what happened in this Vedic era, in the Vedic period, the composing of Veda took place. There are 4 Vedas, that means Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Athar Veda, Sham Veda. So first of all, the first period is of Rig Veda, that means 1500 BC to 1000 BC. Okay, and after that, from 1000 BC to 500 BC, this period is later Vedic period. Okay, in the later Vedic period, composing of Athar Veda, Yajur Veda and Sam Veda took place. So here you can see that from the Indus Valley civilization, time period is 3300 to 1300 BC, and origin of Aryas, this took around 1500 BC. Okay, and antiquity and stratification of Vedic literature, you can Vedic period 1500 BC to 500 BC, and it is divided into early Vedic 1500 BC to 1000 BC and later Vedic, that means 1000 BC to 500 BC. So we have to just read about the Rig Vedic period, that means 15,000 BC to 1000 BC, and what we have to know, you can say here, see that society, okay, society, economy and religion during early Rig Vedic period. Yeah, the topics are very well mentioned in the JPSC syllabus. Okay, you have just go through the society, economy and religion during early Rig Vedic period. Okay, you don't have to read about later Vedic period. Now come to the Lichavis and their republic system. Okay, Lichavi approximately 600 BC. So here you can see that timeline. You can see that timeline. We have come from 3300 BC to 1300 BC. After that Vedic period 15,000 BC to 500 BC. Vedic period was divided into two time period. One was 1500 BC to 1000 BC and another was 1000 BC to 500 BC. And approximately around 600 BC, the Mahajanpad Kala started. Okay, rise of great kingdom. Okay, the rise of great kingdom started. And you may ask me one question: why great kingdom established around the 600 BC? This period is called Iron Age. So Iron Age is approximately 1200 BC. Okay, from Iron 1200 BC to 600 BC, this period, and 600 BC, this was the period of Mahajanpada era. Many large cities, many large urban centers developed around this time. Why it happened so? The reason behind this was that iron was being used in the large scales. Okay, so whenever iron has strength, it has power, so it became very easy to conquer different part of other kingdoms. Okay, iron is strong, so agriculture instrument can also be made by the iron. So it helped for development of a society, and urban center developed. If agriculture is developing, there will be surplus of grains, and you know that what is the definition of city, the definition of city is that more than 75%. This definition is of current time. More than 75% of population is involved in the job other than agriculture. So how somebody will be involved in other trades or other jobs? The basic thing, the basic requirement for this is that you should have surplus of grains. And how surplus of grain can be produced? If you have well developed agriculture. And it happened due to the use of iron, because iron has strength. Iron has strength. It has power. So large forest land can be cut through the iron instrument. Okay. And by the use of iron weapons, many small kingdoms were destroyed by large kingdom. And in overall all India, 16 Mahajanpadas only survived. Okay. And among which there was a Uday Mahajanpada, and Lichavis were a tribe in Mahaviday kingdom. Later, Lichavi made their independent state, and you know their system was republican. Okay. You may ask me, what is republic? The republican system is that type of system where the head of government is elected, not nominated. Okay. And decision is taken by not a single person, but by the group of people. So it was the republican, but not every republic system is democratic. We will know about this in our classes. Okay. Now come to the rise of Magadha Empire. You know Magadha Empire? Yes. This was the timeline 600 BC. I have already said you that in the large scale irons were being used. So what happened? Large state developed, and Magadha also developed. You know where is Magadha? It is the Magad constitutes Rajgir, Patna, and some other nearby regions. Okay. And there were many dynasties in Magadha. We'll learn about that in our further classes. Okay. Now come the Mauryans. Extent of empire, Kalinga War, its impact, Ashoka. You know, extent of Mauryans, extent of empire. So Mauryan Empire in the time of Ashoka, you know, it was spreaded all over India. Okay, Dhamma was Ashoka's diplomatic techniques through which he controls his subject by emotional bonding. Okay, no? So we'll learn about that Dhamma. And there are foreign policy, development of art and architecture. Mauryan art like pillars, rock edicts, okay, and rock cut caves, sculptures, idols, okay, vihara, chaitya. You know what are vihara, chaitya? You know, related to Buddhism. Okay, these are the architectural structures. Okay, we'll learn about that in later classes. Okay, now come to the Kushana. Kanishka, extent of empire, his religious policy. Kanishka, actually these Kushanas were a tribe. Okay, and all these tribes came from Central Asia and attacked India around 1st century BC. Okay, and their empire was from northwestern part of India, that is from the Afghanistan, modern day Pakistan, and to the western part of UP, like around Mathura. Okay, some historians, however, say that Kanishka Empire was still the Patliputra. That is another issue. Okay, so we'll learn about the Kushanas, Kanishka, extent of empire, his religious policy. Okay, his religious policy, development of art and architecture. We'll learn about Gandhara art and Mathura art. Okay, and after that the Guptas. You know, you have heard about the Samudra Chandragupta II, Skanda Gupta. Okay, these all belong from the Gupta dynasty. Okay, so we'll read about them, extent of empire, development of language and literature and architecture during Gupta period. Many historians claim that Kalidas was also a courtier in the Gupta dynasties. Okay, Kalidas, okay, who had written Abhigyan Sakuntalam, Vikramavarshiyam, etc. Okay, Raghuvansham. After that, Harshvardhana. Okay, even architecture during the Gupta period. In the architecture of Gupta period, you know, there are two schools, two styles of temple building. One is the Nagara Shaili and other one is the Dravid Shaili. Okay, so we'll learn about them when we'll read architectures and development of art during the Gupta period. Now come to the Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan, after Gupta dynasty, there was the Harshvardhan. Yeah, he was an emperor, last Hindu emperor. Okay, last Hindu emperor. You know what is the difference between emperor and king? Emperor rule over a large area, you know, while the area ruled by any king is very small. Okay, so show Harshvardhana, his capital was Thanishwar. You know where is Thanishwar? Modern day, like in Thanishwar is in modern day Haryana. Okay, modern day Haryana. Thanishwar is in modern, so it was his capital. After that, we'll read about cultural achievement during his period. Thereafter, Cholas, maritime activities in Southeast Asian countries and Chola administration, art and architecture. Who were Cholas? Chola ruled over the South India, especially in the Tamil Nadu region. Okay, so we will read about them okay, maritime activities. You know, Chol administration was very well developed and they had trade relations with Southeast Asia like Malay or Indonesia, current Indonesia. Okay, we will read about that things. And Chola administration, art and architecture. We'll read about art and architecture of Chola, like different type of temples like Brideshwar, yeah, Iravateshwar temple, Brideshwar temple. These are temples made by Chola kings. Okay, we will also read about the Chola administration and Chola village administration, and questions have been asked in the 6th JPSC about the Chola's administration. Okay, very important topic. And the last topic in the ancient India is cultural achievements of Pallava. Okay, cultural achievements of Pallava is the last topic. So here you can see cultural achievement. Who are Pallavas? Pallavas also ruled over South India, in certain part of South India. Okay, so cultural achievement, we will read about the different literatures and the temples made by the Pallavas king. Rock cut temples, okay, Ratha temples, we will read about them. Okay, so this is the complete syllabus of ancient history that would be asking JPSC examination. Okay, if anybody have any query, they may ask question through the chat. Okay, now come to the medieval period. Okay, so now medieval history. We will read about medieval history. So medieval history and okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Medieval history syllabus, I will discuss about medieval history syllabus. So first of all, we would like to know about what is medieval history, okay, and what is medieval period. Actually, medieval period start from the decline of Gupta dynasty and till the Panipat First War, that means 600 AD to the 1526. This is the time period of medieval India. Okay, so we will read different topics in medieval India, and what is the first topic you will have to read for mains examination in medieval India? I am just telling you, just wait for a moment. Okay. Yes. Okay. The first topic is Arab invasion of India. Okay. The first topic is Arab invasion of India. What is Arab invasion of India? You may ask me, what is the invasion of Arab? Okay. Arab invasion. Yeah. What is this? Around 711 or 12. Okay. Arab is the large region, you know, and there are many countries in Arabian regions like Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and some countries even of African continent. They all constitute Arab region. Okay. And in 712, Muhammad bin Qasim, he was a Arabian commander. Okay. Commander of Caliph. You know what is Caliph? Okay. Caliph is the religious supreme of Islam. Okay. So he was commander of Caliph and he came to India, and in India he attacked on Sindh province. Okay. And this was the first Muslim attack on India. So first Muslim attack in India was by the Arabian people in 711. But their attack didn't impact much to the Indian cultures. The major reason behind it was that they limited themselves to the Sindh region. Okay, Sindh, it is now in current day Pakistan, not in India. But at that time, it all was, either it was the Sindh or other region, they all were the part of India. Okay, other topic is the Ghaznavid invasion of India. You may ask me question, who were Ghaznavid? Okay, you have heard about the Mahmud Ghaznavi. Okay, Mahmud Ghaznavi ruled over a large region in the Afghanistan and Central Asia. Okay, and his capital was in the current present day Afghanistan. You have heard about Ghazni. Okay, Ghazni is a city in the current day Afghanistan. Okay, so Mahmud Ghaznavi attacked India for 17 times, you know, and his second last attack was on the Somnath temple. He plundered the temple, took a large wealth from that temple. You have most probably you would have heard about it, about the Mahmud Ghaznavi. The conqueror, he attacked India for 17 times, not single time, one time, two times, three times, 17 times. And every time he plundered different part of country. Okay, but he didn't establish his empire. Okay, and after the Mahmud Ghaznavi attacked from 1000 AD. Okay, 1000 AD to 1027 AD. Approximately during this 27th year, he attacked for 17 times. Okay, so you can see that the first Muslim attack, first Islamic attack was by the Arabian peoples. Okay, Arabian peoples in the year 711. Okay, and approximately you may see that approximately 300 years, second attack by Muslim invaders in 1000 AD by Mahmud Ghaznavi. Okay, but here he didn't establish his kingdom here. He plundered the country and back to his, he retreated back to his homeland. Okay, so this was the about the Mahmud Ghaznavi. Okay, the next one is Delhi Sultanate, market and military reforms of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, the third topic, what is mentioned, okay, the third topic, what is mentioned in the medieval history syllabus of JPSC is the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, now you may ask me one question, sir, what is Delhi Sultanate? Actually, after Mahmud Ghaznavi, after 160 years approximately, Mahmud Ghori attacked on India and he defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in the Battle of Tarayan. Okay, and he also went back to his home country. Their home country was in Afghanistan. Okay, and Qutbuddin Aibak was one of his slaves who ruled over here in India for 1192 to 1206. Okay, and after his death, his slaves Iltutmish established Delhi Sultanate. So here you can see Mahmud Ghori attacked India after 160 years of Mahmud Ghaznavi, and from the slave of Mahmud Ghori was Iltutmish, who established Delhi Sultanate. And you know there are many dynasties in Delhi Sultanate. The first one is Mamluk or slave dynasty. After that, Khalji dynasty. After that, Khilji dynasty is Tughlaq dynasties, Sayyid dynasty, and last one is Lodi dynasty. And you know, Lodi dynasty, last sultan was Ibrahim Lodi, who was defeated by Babur in the first battle of Panipat in 1526. Okay, so here you know as after slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty. And you know who had established Khilji dynasty? It was established by Jalaluddin Khilji, the uncle of Alauddin Khilji. And as historians say that Alauddin Khilji had killed his uncle, and now after that he ruled over the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so we have to read about market policy of Alauddin Khilji. What was the market policy of Alauddin Khilji? As you know that during that time there were many Mongol attacks on India. Mongol were a nomadic tribe in the Central Asia. As you can see that this one is I am showing you just 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So here you can see this one is our India. This one is the Delhi, northwestern part of India. And here Pakistan, current day Pakistan, Afghanistan, and after that Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. This area is called Central Asia. From these regions, Mongol attacked through the Central Asia, Afghanistan, and finally they came to the India and attacked on the northwestern part of India. And Delhi Sultanate wanted to get rid of these Mongol attacks. Mongol attacks were even in the time of Balban and Iltutmish, but they were not of large scale. And Iltutmish and Rajia tackled the Mongol attack through their diplomatic skill, and Balban has constructed many forts in the frontier areas of his empire. Okay, so after that, in the time of Alauddin Khilji, there were many Mongol attacks. So he needed a large army. Why a large army was needed? To fight against the Mongols. But you know, if you will keep a large army, then you need very much money. Okay, what will happen after that? If large money, it will be burden on treasury. Okay, it will be burden on treasury. So what we can do? Just regulate the market. So prices will come down, and if prices will come down, then soldiers will be able to purchase things at lower prices. Okay, and the Sultan will be able to keep a large army, and this way he can fight against the Mongols. So it was his technique. Nowadays you can also see that through the Essential Commodity Act or some other government measures, prices of something is still controlled in modern era countries. Even in India there is Essential Commodity Act. Okay, or even the rationing of ration, through the PDS system. That is the rationing system, that how much grains will be allotted to that family. Somehow he managed like that. Okay, so this type of management was taken by Alauddin Khilji to let the price down, so that soldiers will be able to purchase their domestic things, cloth and other things at lower prices, and even after getting lower salary they will be able to serve the Sultan. Okay. Why JPSC always ask about Birsa Munda question? So very good question. Birsa Munda is the identity of Jharkhand state. Okay, is the identity. He was the one of what you can say freedom fighter. Okay, freedom fighter who fought against the British. Okay, that's why there is always questions about Birsa Munda. One thing, important thing, that even a question may be asked from Birsa Munda, but you don't have to think that so simple question. Here there is also a trick. Here is also a catch. You will have to write different dimension. Suppose that simply asking about Birsa Munda movement. What you have to do? Oh, his movement was around the Khuti and Ranchi. Just draw a diagram. Then okay, this one is the Khuti, this one is the Ranchi. In this way, your answer should be innovative. So even question asked seem very simple, the presentation become difficult, and here your competitor may face good mark if their writing skill or presentation skill is good. Okay, no problem. Okay, so don't forget Birsa Munda, after all, is the identity of our state, Jharkhand. Okay. After Mongol reforms of Alauddin Khilji and utopian policy of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So after Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty ruled over Delhi Sultanate, and Muhammad bin Tughlaq has some utopian policy. Utopian policy, that means everything is fine. Okay, all is well, like all is well. But he failed in his all policy, like change of his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, or token currency, and increasing taxation in Doab area. Doab area, that means the region between two rivers. Okay, and even he had bribed a Mongol commander that please don't attack on me. These were his utopian policy. We will read about all these things whenever we will, whenever classes will be conducted about that topic. Okay, so the next is the Mongol invasion of India. I have already told you about the Mongols, who were Mongols. So Mongol invasion, we will study about Mongol invasion in Sultanate era. Okay, at the time of Iltutmish, Razia Sultana, Balban, Alauddin Khilji, and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, and next one is the religious movement, Sufism and Bhakti movement. Okay, so what is Sufism and what is Bhakti movement? Okay, so Sufism and Bhakti movement, this was a religious movement. Okay, religious movement, that means early Vedic. Okay, the early Vedic tradition believed on rituals. In Hindu, there was much emphasis on rituals and sacrifice. And as you know, that the person from low caste were not allowed to take part in the religious ceremony. Okay, so there was a disconnection between the God and the human. Okay, at the time of medieval era, many saints from lower caste came into the existence, and a movement flourished in the different part of country like Bihar, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, and so and so. And this one is called Bhakti movement. Bhakti movement emphasized on untouchability, equality, not on Vedic rituals, but it was very simple, like just simple prayer, like bhajan, or you know about Kirtana by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like singing, chanting and dancing simultaneously. That means the Bhakti saint told the public of that time that you don't need to devote yourself in this ritual. You have to make a connection with God, and for this you need devotion, sacrifice. That means love. Oh, love. There were many Bhakti saints like Tulsidas or Shurdas, Mirabai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Nanak, Kabir Das, and so and so. Okay. So this was the Bhakti movement. So Bhakti movement was a movement which was against the rituals and traditional habits present in the Hinduism. Okay. And what is Sufism? Okay. Sufism was also a movement. Okay. It started from Iraq, but when Muslim invader attacks on India, some Sufi saint came along with them, and there was a Sufi movement. Okay. Sufi also believed on untouchability, okay, abolition of untouchability, equality, okay, love, compassion, sacrifice. Yeah, this was the Sufi saint. They belong from the Muslim community. So we can see that in the medieval period, either from Hindu saint or Muslim saint, both just taught the lesson of equality, abolition of untouchability, devotion. Don't devote yourself in the rituals of either Hindu or Islam, so and so. Okay. After that, now is the down of new Islamic culture, Indo-Islamic architecture, development of Urdu and Hindi language. In the ancient India, there were no Muslim kingdoms in India. The Muslims first attacked on 711. That was the attack by the Arabs. Okay, attacked by the Arabian peoples on India. Okay, after that, Mahmud Ghaznavi, Mahmud Ghori, and after the establishment of Delhi Sultanate, and so and so. So, new Islamic culture. Okay, Indo-Islamic culture. What is the? That when two cultures come near to each other, the synthesis of a new culture takes place. This was the case with the Indo-Islamic architecture. Since the 1100 AD, as Muslim invader attacked India, and after that Delhi Sultanate established, they brought different architecture techniques and culture along with them. So there was indigenous Hindu culture, and you may say imported Islamic culture, and a synthesis of our culture gave rise to a Indo-Islamic culture. And the product of this Indo-Islamic culture was Indo-Islamic architecture. Architecture, that means the buildings, constructions. So you can see that before the invasion of Muslim, there was no dome in India. Dome, a hemispherical shape structure over the roof, like in mosque. Okay, that is called dome. And for ark in Hindi, which is called mihrab, like this structure, or mortar. Okay, these all things were brought by Muslims. and there were also Indian elements were already present in this country. So Indo-Islamic architecture. So in the Indo-Islamic architecture, we learn about different buildings in the Sultanate era and Mughal era. Okay, and we will try to know about the Indian elements and Islamic elements present in that architecture. Also, there is evolution of Hindi and Urdu language. You know how Hindi originated from the ancient time. There was Sanskrit language, from Sanskrit to Pali, after that Prakrit, Prakrit to Abranch, and finally Hindi. Okay, it took 1,000 of years. And what is the Urdu language? The indigenous Hindi language, not Hindi language, the indigenous languages present before Hindi, like Abransa, and the words of Arabian and Arabic and Persian words, they constitute a new language that is called Urdu. Okay. After that, like the Mughals. Okay, first battle of Panipat. Okay, all of you know first battle of Panipat took place in the 1526. Panipat, you know, it is in Haryana. Okay, and in the battle of Panipat, ultimately there was defeat of Ibrahim Lodi, you know, and Delhi Sultanate ended, and establishment of Mughal dynasty took place. And the first ruler of Mughal dynasty was Babur. After that, Humayun. After that, Akbar. Then Jahangir. Then Aurangzeb. And after that, some other. Okay. So these are important Mughal emperor. And we have to read about achievement, the first battle of Panipat, achievement of Sher Shah Suri. You know, achievement, who was Sher Shah Suri? You know, Mughal Empire established in the year 1526. You know, okay, 1526 to 1530. It was ruled by Delhi Sultanate, was ruled by Babur. Okay, and from 1530, from 1530 okay, from 1530 to 1540, Humayun, okay, and defeat of Humayun by Sher Shah in 1540, okay, and then 1540 to 1555, Sher Shah ruled over Delhi. Sher Shah ruled over India, you may call, okay, you may say. So there is a 15-year gap in Mughal dynasty reign. Okay, there is gap of 15 years. And after that, Humayun again came in the year 1555 and conquered throne of Delhi. Okay. So there is just 15-year gap in the reign of Mughal Empire. Okay. So now who was Sher Shah Suri? He was a Afghan. Okay. So we will know about the administrative system of Sher Shah Suri. Okay. Now come the establishment of Jagirdari and Mansabdari system under Akbar. Akbar religious policy, Rajput policy. Okay. What is Mansabdari and Jagirdari system? It was Mansabdari system was like a bureaucracy. Okay. And they were transferred to different part of Mughal Empire, and they had to keep certain number of soldiers along with them, and for that they would get a fixed salary. Okay, and whenever emperor wanted that you have to come with your army, then the Mansabdar used to come with their army and horses. Okay, it was like a bureaucracy, and there was a different grade of Mansabdar, like Jat and Sawar rank, like 200 rank of Jat, 1000, 2000, 5000. Okay. So this Jat rank was like a rank. Okay, and they have to keep that much soldiers and horses with them. Okay, so this was the Mansabdari system. Okay, Akbar's religious and Rajput policy. In this, we will study about the religious policy of Akbar, like Deen-e-Ilahi, Mazhar, okay, or Ibadat Khana, where Akbar used to consult with priests of different religions, and Rajput policy, that he had friendly relation with certain kingdoms of Rajputana, that in present day Rajasthan, or he had matrimonial relation with some Rajput kings. We will learn about that, and similarly we will learn about Aurangzeb Rajput policy and Aurangzeb Rajput and religious policy. Okay, and then Mughal architecture and painting, economic condition during Mughal period. Mughal architecture and painting. In the Indo-Islamic architecture, we have to read about Mughal architecture, so there will be repetition of topic. Okay, we'll also read about Mughal painting. Okay, at the time of Akbar and Jahangir, Mughal painting very flourished. Okay, we'll learn about them. And after that, the rise of Maratha, achievement of Shivaji, northward extension. Okay, we will read about Maratha in the present day area of Maharashtra and Karnataka. They used to live here. Okay, so rise of Maratha, we will learn about Shivaji, and after that Maratha conquered some part of North India. Okay, and ultimately they were defeated by Ahmad Shah Abdali, who was also an invader. Okay, or you may say was a plunder. And after that, the power of Marathas declined. So this was the third war of Panipat that took place in the year 1756, most probably. Okay, and the power of Marathas declined. Okay, so this was the medieval period. Now come to the modern period. Okay, as already I have said you what is the modern period. Okay, just see. Okay, modern period starts from the year 1526 till the current time. Okay, that means the first battle of Panipat till today. It is the modern era or modern India. Okay, and what are the topics in modern India? We will go through it. The first one is the beginning of European settlements, formation and growth of East India Company, consolidation of British power in India, Battle of Plassey and Buxar. Okay, that means beginning of European settlements. Okay, what is this beginning of European settlement? Already all of you know that during 15th century, okay, 15th century, Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route of India. Okay, it was not that the Europeans were not aware about India. Okay, they were aware about India, but the land route through which trade used to take place, that means here is India, this one is Central Asia, here Europe, land route to India, okay, or through the Red Sea, okay. But Ottoman Empire controlled over these routes. Then what was the solution? European, then the Prince of Portugal, that means Henry the Navigator, he financed many boys, and many sailors came to the India and Asian countries, and the first one among them was Vasco da Gama. Okay. That's why actually Vasco da Gama didn't discover India. Sea route of India was discovered by Vasco da Gama. Okay. When one European power came here, other, okay, after Portuguese, what happened? English, Dutch, French. Okay. So this was the settlement of, what is this? Settlement of European power. Okay. And you know, ultimately there was struggle between Dutch, French and English people. Okay. Portuguese were kept out from this struggle because they control our most marine routes of that time, that time. So, but finally they were defeated by English people. Okay. So Portuguese were out from this scenario very early, and after that British and French, you know, British and French struggled in India, and four Karnataka war took place. Three Karnataka war, first Karnataka war, second Karnataka war, and third Karnataka war took place between British and French, and ultimately British became winner. Okay, and they controlled all over India. Okay, so when English people or British defeated French East India Company, what they did, they attacked Mysore, okay, and defeated Hyder Ali, okay, and through the different techniques like subsidiary alliance or doctrine of lapse and other techniques, they conquered large part of India. You may ask, what is subsidiary alliance? Okay, this is a type of system. What happens in subsidiary alliance? You know, what happens in subsidiary alliance? Suppose that I rule over certain territory, okay, and someone asks me, please don't keep army, I am here to provide you army, you will have just to pay me certain amount, okay, but there is a catch, okay, that one is that there will be a reagent of mine in your court, okay. This was the second condition. The third condition was that if you want to develop foreign relations with other empire, you have to take permission from us. Actually, it was attack on autonomy of Indian kings, but many kings made subsidiary alliance. Okay, and even some empire or some kingdom were annexed to British area by the policy of doctrine of lapse. Suppose that if a king died without a legal heir, then British used to say that no, now this kingdom is ours. Oh, no. So this one is about the doctrine of lapse. Okay, and you know that in 17, these were the techniques used by British. British also, they just didn't use only diplomatic techniques. They also used some. They also fought many wars. Okay, you know about Palasi War. You know about Buxar War. To the Palasi War, they controlled all over Bengal. To the Buxar War, they get what they got? The power of taxation. Okay. Now they had the power to collect tax from all over Bengal. What happened? Through this, they collected a large money. Okay. And through this money, they use for large army. Okay, they needed large army, and for it was so through the revenue generated from here was used for army. Okay. So now after that, subsidiary alliance, decline blocks, okay. Resistance to colonial rules, even tribal and cultural renaissance, revolt of 1857. You know, due to the British land policy, there were many revolt in the country, and first of all, farmers revolted against British. So there was like resistance to colonial rule, there was peasant and tribal and cultural renaissance. Tribals, you know, tribals were autonomous people. Okay, they didn't like the invasion of British people in their area, and so that's why different tribal revolt took place in India, specifically in our Jharkhand area. You know about these things. And next one is the revolt of 1857. You know, there was a revolt in 1857 against British Empire. There were many reasons for it. We'll read about these things, and ultimately what was the result of 1857 revolt? End of East India Company rule, and now India was directly under the British Queen. Okay, India was now directly under the British Queen, and the end of East India Company rule. Okay, so this was the result of 1857 revolt. After that, we will read about social reform movement in Hindu community. Okay, you know, there are many evils present in the Indian society. So we will learn about the social reform movement like Brahma Samaj was established by Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Arya Samaj by Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Pratna Samaj, and Theosophical Society. Okay, these are the different organization, or you may say that these were the religious movement for the religious movement in Hindi community. We will read about that. Okay, now struggle for, and similarly social reform movement also took place in Muslim community. One among was Aligarh movement and Wahhabi movement. Aligarh movement, you know, what was the Aligarh movement? Okay. Have you heard about the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan? Okay. He was associated with this Aligarh movement. Okay. Actually, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a Muslim, but of modern thinking. And you know, this one is Aligarh Muslim University. He had established Aligarh Muslim University. Okay. He had scientific visions, and he was very close to or near to British Empire. Okay, British rule. Okay. Now the struggle for raising women status, abolition of sati system, widow marriage act, space of female education, land revenue administration under the British rule, permanent settlement. Okay. Struggle for raising women status. You know, in that period, the condition of women was not good. Okay. In the Vedic period, the condition of women was good. But after the invasion of Muslims, it deteriorated further. Okay. So already there were many evils present in our society. Condition of women were very bad. At that time, struggle took place for raising women status, and among them was abolition of sati system. All of you know what is sati system. Okay, in which after the death of his husband, a woman used to burn in the fire. Okay. After that, we will read about Widow Marriage Act. At that time, widow was not allowed for remarriage. So, a law was enacted for widow remarriage. Okay, we will read about them. Consent bill. What do you know? Consent bill. What is consent bill? You know, consent, that means for intercourse. Okay. At the current time, it is 18 years in India. But at that time, it was 10 years. So, through the age of consent bill, it was raised to 12 years. We'll learn about that. And now, land revenue administration under the British rule. You know what is the land revenue administration? When British came to India, they didn't know much about India. Okay. But ultimately, they have to gather some money. Okay. They have to generate revenue. What was the source of it? That was the land. Okay. But they were not familiar with India. So what strategy was planned by them? Suppose that this one is a large area. Okay. An intermediary like landlord. Okay. So suppose that an intermediary, that is landlord, is present now. Okay. The Britisher told them, do one thing, collect the revenue from the peoples and you will get 1 by suppose 1 by 11 or some fraction of it for collecting these things. Okay. And rest money will go to the British Treasury. Why? Because if they would directly collect the money, it will cost them more. And even they were not aware with the current situation or current condition of India. Okay. Like happens, you may see in the parking lots. Okay. Someone just government through the bid process, someone take the parking lot and after that he collects money. Okay. More or less something like that. Another one is okay. Now, and what was the Rayatwari system? This was the permanent settlement. Okay. Through the intermediary like landlord. And Rayatwari system was prevalent in Madras and Mumbai province. Here, the British used to collect land revenue directly from peasants. Okay, so there were two different methods for collection of revenue. Okay. Now, rise of nationalism in India in 19th century. Okay, what is nationalism? Actually, nationalism is a concept, it is a feeling that the people of certain area are united with each other because they share a common geographical land. So it brings an emotion of nationality. Like in India, there are many peoples of different religions, different language, and so and so. But we all are Indians. This feeling is called nationality. But in the early 18th century, there was no feeling like nationality, like India. There was no concept of nationality. It developed in the later 19th century. Okay. So rise of nationalism in India in the 19th century, formation of Indian National Congress. You know, the formation of Indian National Congress took place in the year 1885. Okay. And the moderate and extremist. You know, there were two factions in the Congress, Indian National Congress. One was moderate and one was extremist. Moderate were of like liberal view. If they have some problem with British government, they what they would do? Okay, they would write petition. Okay, a simple request. Okay, like prayer letter. This was the techniques of moderate. But what extremists would do? They were more violent. Okay, more violent. Like no, we don't believe in such techniques. Okay, they believed on mass movements. Okay, like and different techniques like dharna, okay, picketing, so and so. Okay. Swadeshi movement. What is Swadeshi movement? Swadeshi movement took place in 1905. And actually Swadeshi movement was a movement happened after the partition of Bengal. Okay. So what people did during this Swadeshi movement, like will not use foreign clothes, foreign British school, British colleges, British offices, British government jobs, so and so. So this was the Swadeshi movement. Actually, this was a technique. Okay. And after next one is the Home Rule movement, Khilafat movement. Home Rule movement in 1916. Okay. Home Rule movement in the pattern of Ireland Home Rule movement. Home Rule movement, that means rule by indigenous peoples. Okay. A type of autonomy. Okay. This movement, actually Home Rule movement had its roots in Ireland Home Rule movement. And Annie Besant and Lokman Tilaka, they made two Home Rule leagues. Okay. Now come Khilafat movement. You know what is Khilafat movement? After First World War, what happened? The Empire of Khalif. Okay. Many areas from the Empire of Khalif were taken by winning countries in the First World War. So the Muslims of whole world united with each other that they will revolt against British or English people. So such type of movement also took place in India. That is called Khilafat movement. Okay. Khalifa Khilafat. Mahatma Gandhi and mass politics, non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. You know, Mahatma Gandhi came to India in 1915 from South Africa. And you know why Mahatma Gandhi was so successful? He was a mass mobilizer. Okay, he had the capacity to mobilize the people. Earlier, this was not the trend of Indian National Congress. That's why he is the most revered, most respected leader of our country. So Mahatma Gandhi started non-cooperation movement in 1920. What was the non-cooperation movement? That means we will not cooperate with British government until and unless we don't get dominion status. That means autonomy, ruled by self-government. You may say self-government, not by Britisher. Okay, so this was the non-cooperation movement. And in the non-cooperation movement, same techniques were used like rejection of foreign clothes, school, colleges, British government jobs, courts, so and so. Okay. After that, civil disobedience movement and Quit India movement. You know what is civil disobedience movement? It took place in 1930 to 1934. Actually, civil disobedience movement and non-cooperation movement are very similar, but there is a major difference. In non-cooperation movement, there was not a single law was broken, but in civil disobedience movement, law was broken. What happened? You know, the Mahatma Gandhi made salt, okay, by Dandi March, you know, and at the shore he made salt. At that time there was ban on making salt, even for home consumption. So somehow we can say that he just broke the law. Okay, so this one is the civil disobedience movement. This is the difference between non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. Okay, Quit India movement, you know, that took place in the 1942, and ultimately there was a slogan by Mahatma Gandhi, do or die. Okay, so now we don't need cooperation from you, we don't have any expectation from you, just go out from this country. Okay, the partition of India and its consequence, that means after that India became independent, but it divided into two countries, India and Pakistan. We will read about that partition of India. After that, India after independence, that means after 1947, there are some topics related to India after independence, integration of princely states in Indian Union. You know what are princely states? Okay, you know, At the time of at the time before independence, there were two types of regions in India. One was directly controlled or administered by British government. Okay, that was British state. Okay, and others were ruled by local kings. They were called princely state, but they still were under the Britisher, but they enjoy autonomy. Okay. So what happened after partition of India took place? The princely state had the option to either join Indian Union or Pakistan, or they may become independent. So it was the major hurdle to unite whole country. Okay, and you know that Sardar Patel took very good initiative, and due to which today India is a united country. Otherwise, what would happen? You may expect. Okay. Regeneration of states, linguistic reorganization of the state. You know, in 1956, reorganization of states took place. What we see today, like different state on the basis of language, is the result of 1956 reorganization of state. Okay, based on the language, like Kannada people made Karnataka, Tamil, and Telugu people, Andhra Pradesh, okay, and so. So we will read about that. Non-aligned policy under Nehru and Indira Gandhi and liberation of Bangladesh. What is non-aligned policy? You know about Cold War. What is Cold War? Okay, there were two groups in the world, and the leader of one was USSR, okay, Soviet Republic, and other was dominated by USA. Okay, Cold War is a situation where war doesn't take place, but there is always chance of breaking, but situation can deteriorate up to so much extent that any time war may happen. Okay, so this was the Cold War period. At that time, what India did, India was a newly independent country, so they adopted the policy of non-alignment. That means we will not join any group, either with USA or with USSR. So third world countries made a different group that is called non-aligned movement. Okay, and Jawaharlal Nehru played a pivotal role in the establishment of non-aligned movement. Liberation of Bangladesh, you know that in 1972, Pakistan was divided into two parts. You know, Pakistan, that means this Pakistan, you know, this is the northwestern part of India, and here is western Pakistan, and here attached with our West Bengal is Bangladesh. Okay, that was called Eastern Pakistan. Okay, so in 1971, by the help of Indian government, Pakistan was partitioned into two parts. Okay, and a new country come into existence that is called Bangladesh. Okay, now come to the history of Jharkhand. That is the last section. Adi Dharma Sharna cult of Jharkhand tribals. You know what is Adi Dharma? Actually, you know, there are many tribes in Jharkhand. Some are Hindus, some are Christians, and some follow some other religions. Okay, but if you will ask about what is the original religion of tribal people, that is Adi Dharma. That means worshipper of nature. Sarna. Okay, that is called Adi Dharma. We'll learn about that. And in the Sarna cult, there is no religious sculpture. And the people who follow Sarna, what they do, they respect natural bodies like sun, hill, and other things. Concept of Sadan and emergence of Nagpuriya language. You know who are Sadans? No? Sadans are the peoples who lived here from early times in Jharkhand but are non-tribals. Okay, so they are called Sadans. Tribal revolts in Jharkhand and nationalist struggles. You know, many tribal movements took place in Jharkhand before independence, like Dhal revolt, Ho revolt, like Chuar revolt, Munda revolt, Sardari revolt, Tilka revolt, okay, and okay. So there are many revolts, okay, against British rule. Why against British rule? The major reason behind it was the British policy, land policy, okay, British land policy and British forest policy. It interferes with the right of tribal people on the land and the forest, okay. So at a different time, tribal people revolted against British, okay. And this is the total history of tribal revolts. We learned about Birsa movement. It is also a tribal revolt, took place in 1899 say 99 to 1900, and it was a result of Birsa movement that ultimately in 1908 CNT Act came into existence and the land rights of tribal people were protected. Okay, that is still CNT law is in existence, you know. Okay, Tana Bhagat movement. Okay, Tana Bhagat movement, it was like a purification movement in tribal society, but later it merged with the Indian national movement. Okay, and there were many followers from Tana Bhagat community, you know, who joined the Indian independence movement, and Gandhiji used to like this Tana Bhagats. Okay. And last one is the freedom movement in Jharkhand. We will read about like this tribal movement and other movements, and freedom movement in Jharkhand, like how Jharkhand came into existence, or before that Jharkhand rolled in Indian independence movement, like in non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, or quit India movement. We learn about this thing. So this was the whole syllabus, history syllabus, and it will carry 100 marks, but you will have to read so much things. It just look that syllabus is very large or very vast. It's not so. Syllabus is very specific. Okay. So now we can summarize that there are prelims and mains examinations. Okay, prelims examination 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2, 100 question in paper 1, 100 question in paper 2, 90 question will be asked from history, geography, polity, constitution, current affairs, and 10 question will be asked from Jharkhand in paper 1, and paper 2 will be wholly dedicated to Jharkhand. That means Jharkhand specific paper. So you will have to prepare 110 question out of 200 question for your JPSC prelims examination. So Jharkhand specific topics are very, very, very essential to go through the PT examination. Okay. Suppose that you, and there is no negative marking in prelims examination. Suppose that you, sir, this time online copy check is done. Don't know within 20 days they have checked the copy. Okay. Okay, this is the situation. Okay, how they checked. Okay, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Okay, after that we will be able to comment. And mains examination, there are 6 papers, you know. Okay, there are 6 papers in mains examination. Paper 1, general Hindi, general English, just you have to qualify. Paper 2, that is the literature paper. You have many options: Hindi, English, Khota, Nagpuri, Panchpargania, and like Sanskrit, Odia, Bengali, Bangla. You have to choose one paper, and it is of 150 marks. Okay. Now there are 4 GS paper. Paper 3, history plus geography. We have discussed the syllabus of history. Paper 4 is of polity. Paper 5, economy and sustainable development, and paper 6 is science and technology. This is the complete syllabus of mains examination. We have discussed the history syllabus in details. Okay, history, modern India, ancient India, medieval India, modern India, and Jharkhand. There are four sections. In ancient India, okay, you know what is ancient India? It starts from Stone Age to the 600 AD, that means decline of Gupta dynasty. Medieval 600 AD to 1526, that means first war of Panipat. And modern India 1526 to till date, that is the modern India. And after that, last one section is Jharkhand specific. Okay, so this is the complete syllabus of history. 100 marks, 10 questions will, multiple choice question will be asked from history. Okay, and 10 multiple choice question will be asked from geography. Okay, 2 questions will be asked from history, long question, and 2 questions will be asked from geography. Now you may ask questions, sir, the syllabus is so large and only 2 questions from history. No, you have to write 2 questions, but there will be 4 questions from history. You will have option. Okay, so out of 4 questions, you will have to write 2 questions in history, and out of 4 long questions in geography, you will have to write 2 questions. Okay, this is the complete examination pattern. If anybody have any query, they may ask question through the chat. Okay, anybody? Any question from my viewers? Okay, so this was orientation class, and today class is over now. Okay, in the next class we will start from Indus Valley civilization. Okay, and I think that now all of you have become well acquainted with the examination pattern and syllabus of JPSC. Okay, I didn't introduce myself. Okay, I am Ramkrishna. Okay, currently working as history faculty in Udaan IAS Academy. I had appeared in JPSC, 7 JPSC interview examination, and also appeared in bpsc civil service interview examination. Okay, thank you. Okay.